Welcome back, fellow Jedis, and welcome to Lesson 1. Yes, Lesson 1. Today, what we're going to look at is crafting our own items. Yes, you've heard it. We're going to be able to create our own items either by just sticking stuff in our inventory or actually using a crafting table. Now, this is really easy, it's not very difficult to do at all. If we follow it step by step, understand each part of the tutorial, it's not a very difficult lesson at all. However, what we need to make sure that we've got open is our main.java. If you cannot remember how to get onto that, remember our first file here. This Java file here is really important that we go all the way down to our main.java. If you haven't got it open, for example, like that, all you have to do is double click on your main.java and voila, as if magic, everything opens for you. Now, to bring your attention to what we're going to be working with is that we're actually going to create our own item. Now, this is going to require us to do a little bit of magic with what they call functions. Yes, you've heard it, functions. So what we have to do is we have to create this magical function that's going to hold a little bit of information. Once we've put information into that function, we then have to call that function. So we've got to make that function work. Okay, so let's get straight onto it. I know you guys are eager, and I am eager too. So, what we need to look at is this main.java. What we've got is just quite a little bit of text here, and we've got these tutorial items here. Okay, we will come back to this, but just to make you understand, some information is going to go here, but these are for items, ores, swords, and pickaxes. We are not working with that just yet. We then, a little bit further down, have this public void init initializing my event. Now this is basically saying let's initialize whatever I've done and make it work inside Minecraft. Now, as we can see, there's these things called run the recipe, run the item, run the ore, run the sword, and run the pick. We're going to look at those later on, but we are actually going to look at run the recipe. Not just yet, because we're going to look at just a little bit more information before we do that. If we work our way down a little bit more, we've got this post init. So this happens, or anything you want Minecraft to do before it runs. So anything you want it to load. And then again, we've got pre. So anything you want, again, to happen before load. But if we move our way down a little bit more, we have this function here called crafting recipes. That's it. We've already done it for you. We've started that function. But what we're going to have to do is put our code in there for it to work. Now we're going to look at two styles of crafting in this session. We're going to look at what they called shaped crafting. Okay, so shaped crafting is when you have, your 9 little blocks inside your crafting bench. You put a diamond there, you put a stick there, and you get an item. Okay, we're going to look at that same idea. We're also then going to look at unshaped crafting. Now this is quite interesting because unshaped crafting is, for example, when you make your torches, you only use 2 slots. So you can actually do that inside your own character. You don't have to have a crafting bench for that. So we're going to actually look into that and how that works. Then obviously next session, as you can see, is all to do with smelting, and we will look at that later. So, fellow Jedis, are we ready? Let's have a look at our samples here. Okay, so remember I told you our code's going to go here, our images are going to go here, but all our coding and everything we need is in this sample section here. Alright, if you open up your code, so let me just minimize it so you maybe see what I see. So we maximize that samples, we're going to maximize the code, and we're going to maximize the lesson 1 crafting, and voila, as you see, we have 2 files that we can use here. We've got shaped crafting, main.txt, shapeless crafting, main.txt. Now what this is basically saying is, young Jedis, is that anything to do with this code needs to go into the main directory. Our main directory is here. Okay, this is really important because for future lessons there are going to be different names here, but I'll leave that for a surprise. Okay, so the first thing we're looking at is this shaped crafting. So we're going to open up that text file by double clicking, and it's just a very simple text file, nothing too extreme and very easy to look at. So we've got this bit of code here, which we'll come back to, right? But then we've got this bit of code here, and it's saying, please add me to recipe 1 shaped. So what are we going to do, young Jedis? We're going to just grab this code. Be very careful that you grab everything. Okay, so make sure you grab everything. Do not grab this. There is no need for this. Okay, do not grab this, there is no need for that, and do not grab this because there is no need for that either. What we want to grab is this bit of code here, and this is going to be our function, which we're going to explain in a few seconds. So we're going to grab this bit of code and we're going to copy that. For people that aren't aware on how to copy, we can press Control C on the keyboard. If you feel slightly uncomfortable with that, we can right click and say copy. Okay, so those are two ways we can do it. You can press Control C, or you can right click and say copy. And what we're going to do is we're going to shift over to our main.java, and we are looking for that recipe 1 shaped. And here it is here. In between these two lines here, we've got recipe 1 shaped and end of recipe shaped. We're just going to paste that in. Okay, so we're just going to paste that in. Now, we're going to see a few errors. Don't worry about that just yet. It means that we need to get some stuff imported into our main.java, but that's very easy. Don't worry about those big words. It's not difficult at all. Okay. What you want to do is, if we have these errors here, all you have to do is press Control, Shift, and O on the keyboard. And as like magic, all those errors just disappear. Okay? It hasn't just done things by magic. It actually has added those imports into the main.java. If I just quickly shoot up to the top, you'll notice that it's now made some new imports here. Okay, so it's just made a few imports that are going to be needed to do these recipes. Okay, so nothing too scary or too difficult to look at. Alright. However, what we have here is we've got this game registry.add recipe. Now this is just a bit of class that's been built into Minecraft, just a bit of code that just saying let's register this recipe into Minecraft. And what we're doing is we're going to create an item stack being a stack of whatever items, and the items we want to stack are these diamonds. And yes, we want to stack these 64 of these diamonds. Who doesn't want diamonds in Minecraft? So we're taking these items and we're going to have diamonds as our items, and we're going to gather 64 of them. And it's going to be classified as a new object. That's what that line means. Again, don't worry about all this. This is not much to worry about. But all you need to be aware about is this game registry.add recipe, because that's what we're doing. We're making a recipe. And then we're just going to get some diamonds out of this recipe. And then we've got this bit down here. Now, if you think of this bit as your crafting bench. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sounding familiar? Your crafting bench is 3, 3, 3. 9 objects. We'll come back to these letters and what they mean in a second when we move to our next line down here, where it says the character of the value of D is the block of dirt. Now that's basically just saying, well, the character, i.e. D here, of D, is going to represent a dirt block. So my next one is saying, well, the character of S is going to be an apple. So really, to get 64 diamonds here, I'm going to make a dirt, 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 apple, 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 dirt, 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 and I'm going to have 64 diamonds. How cool is that? So easy. That's all it is when it comes to crafting your own recipe. But hold on. In the beginning of the session I said, well, this is a function. This here is my function. A function needs to be shouted at. It needs to say, hello, I'm a function. Please call me. Make me work. Okay? And we need to make it work. Now to do that, we're going to have to go back to this main text file here. And we've got this little bit of code here. Now this is saying, hello, I'm the crafting recipe function. Please call me. So let's just grab that. So copy that. Remember to copy is Control-C or right-click, copy. Okay. Let's go back into our main.java because it wants to go to this add to run the recipe. So let's go to main.java. Run the recipe. Where are you? Oh wait, I saw you up here. Run the recipe. So let's make a little space there and paste that in. And as like magic, we're saying when Minecraft loads, we are calling the recipe, and our recipe is these 64 diamonds with just a bit of dirt and a bit of apple. So let's see this working in Minecraft. So how do we get this to work in Minecraft? This is how easy it is. All we do is click this play button. Oh, it's asking me to save. Just say OK if it ever asks you to do that. So you can see that it's now loading our Minecraft. Everything seems to be going okay. We haven't got any errors or anything just yet. Seems to be loading fine for us. It's loading all the sound, everything all loading. And voila! Minecraft 1.8. How cool is that? So let's go into our single player. Delete that world. Sorry, that was my own fault. We're going to create a new world, and we're going to call this... what should we call it? Island of Death. Yes, why not? No. Island of Death, no. Island of Creepers. Oops. Creepers. And we'll put that game mode to creative. It's a little bit more easier if we have things on creative so we can get stuff a lot more easier. And we just create a new world. So as we can see down at the bottom, it's just spawning out our world. It is a little bit slow. It just depends on your computer and how quick it is. It's allocated so much RAM, this program, so we can see. And as by magic, we are in our new world. And I'm not going to grief it and not destroy anything because that's not how we play Minecraft. So what we need to do is, as we can see, let's just move this down a bit. And let's look back at our recipe. Oops, trying to move this to fit this somewhere nice. We need to have dirt and some apples. So let's grab some dirt. Why not? Let's grab a whole stack of dirt. Okay, if you're unsure how to grab a stack, you hold down the shift and left click on the dirt. We're going to grab some apples because that's our next item. So again, we'll grab a stack of apples and put that in our inventory. And our last one we're going to get is a crafting bench because we need that to craft our item. So we get a crafting bench. And let's stick this crafting bench down. So stick the crafting bench down. And what we need is dirt, dirt, dirt. So dirt, dirt, dirt. And we've got dirt, dirt, dirt here. So we're going to put dirt, dirt, dirt there. And our next one we're going to go apple, apple, apple. And voila! 64 diamonds. I am rich with 64 diamonds. And that's how easy it is to do a simple recipe to create your object. Now later on in other episodes to come, we'll craft our own swords by using our own recipes that we make, our own items that we make, and our own ores. So we'll be able to make our own recipes with our own items. How cool is that? But as promised, I was going to show you, well, what happens if I just stick a piece of dirt. Oh, I need to go out of, that's why it's not working. Let's change my game mode to survival. And let's say I put a piece of dirt in here. I want to get 64 diamonds with one dirt. Well, we can do that. That's not very difficult to do at all. Okay, so let's close down Minecraft. So let's close it down. Always close down when we continue modding. Okay, And we're going to go back to this lesson 1 crafting, and we're going to look at shapeless crafting here. So this main text here. So let's open that up. And as like magic, we have got one line of code. So let's grab this. You know the drill by now with the copying and pasting. So we're going to copy this. Okay. And it's saying, well, put me in this recipe to unshaped. Alright, so let's find in our main Java. Recipe to unshaped. Okay, paste. Right? And this is exactly the same thing, but without a crafting bench. We're saying, well, let's register a shapeless recipe this time. So this is saying, well, Minecraft, this is going to be a recipe that has no shape at all. Right? And what we're doing is, yes, we want 64 diamonds again, but with one stack of dirt. One piece of dirt is going to give us 64 diamonds. That is epic. 64 diamonds. Let's play. Let's do this. Oh, it's asked me to save again. Just say okay. Let's let it load in again. It does take its time to load in. Come on, Minecraft. Load a little faster. So we can go into our single player mode, and let's go into our island of creepers. Let's pick up this dirt and let's get rich. So press E, grab our dirt and right click, and there we go. Another 64 diamonds. I am extremely rich. Let's make a block of diamonds. Let's make lots of blocks of diamonds because we're that rich. And let's start building a house out of these diamonds because we're so rich. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the session. So we looked at a function. So if we remember correctly, the function was this piece here. So this was the function and anything inside the function. Now we can see it's inside because we've got this parentheses and this one here. So everything in here is the function. And then what we had to do with that function is we had to call it, because remember Minecraft was saying, well, where are you? We need you. And well, here it is here. We've said, well, yes, let's run this crafting recipes because that's the name over here. Right? So we're just going to call it. And then we looked at a simple shaped recipe. We will look at the change of these recipes for future lessons. And then we've got the unshaped one, which is just one little tiny line of code that's going to allow us to create as many diamonds as we like of 64 with just one piece of dough. Thank you very much. I am Wazza. We'll join you for lesson 2 for smelting. Hope to see you there. Thank you very much.